Hi everyone! As you may know, I'm Nicole of Nicole Murray Coaching, and I help exhausted women entrepreneurs to prioritize themselves and their own wellness needs so that you can thrive in business and life. And today I'm excited to talk to you about that exact thing as we're going to get into a new way to think about business success. That's our topic for the day. So what it's going to be is maybe just a quick chat to open your mind about what I'm talking about when it comes to wellness in your business. But I do hope you'll walk away with a few ideas about how, in what areas you can enhance your own well-being. So let's dive right in. I'm going to start about first asking you, how much in your experience when it comes to developing your business, how much time or how much have you learned about the importance of your own wellness when it comes specifically to business success? I know for myself, certainly it's true, I have some awareness, I'm sure we all do, that our own health and wellness is important for us to be able to serve and in our businesses and otherwise. However, for me, previously, it was more of an afterthought or a nice to have and not one of the main factors, I guess, in achieving business success. However, now that I'm into this business game several years, I have a different opinion, so much so that that's what my business is based around. So let's explain that a little bit further. So I am sure you are all aware of what it means to have a business strategy. So this is the what and the how of how you're running your business. So that's one piece of the puzzle, or one pillar. Another piece is that a lot of us have expertise in our service or even our product that we're offering through our business. So making sure that you're an expert in that area, of course, is essential to your business success. But the third pillar, which we're here to talk about mostly today, is yourself. Where does that come in? Again, is it just that nice afterthought, or is it truly an integral pillar? And certainly I believe it is. So I just made this quick diagram to help you see visually what I'm talking about. So if one piece, like we discussed, is the strategy circle, and then the other piece is the service that you offer. Look who's right in the middle, like right at the core of you being able to deliver any of that successfully. It's you, it's yourself, it's how well you are. And so we're going to talk about that further. But you're the common denominator, and you, of course, are at the center of the business. Whether or not you're a solo entrepreneur or whether you lead a large team, it's so important that you're feeling your best and able to show up and deliver in your business. And that has a direct correlation to your ability to make money and serve clients well, and quote unquote be successful and or live that entrepreneurial lifestyle that you're dreaming of. So, just to explore each of those three circles a little more closely, let's talk again about, we'll start with the service circle. So in my case, my service happens to be coaching. I feel like I got that figured out. I feel very confident in my coaching abilities. And of course, there's always something to learn, but I feel pretty good about that. I did go to a coaching school. It's very important, of course, to me to be able to offer good coaching to have a successful business. Now, for yourself, whatever your product or service is, you can reflect on the idea that, yes, of course, it's important that you are an expert in delivering whatever that area is in your business. And we tend to focus mostly on the outward activities in this circle. So for me, the logistics of being a good coach includes things like, all the things I'm doing for my client, basically. So setting everything up for them and providing them with the best information and so on. However, of course, the other side of the coin is that I myself has to be in a good place in order to be an effective coach. So that's where wellness comes into this whole service area. So for you, it might be slightly different because, again, I realize we all have different businesses. So let's pause here for a minute, and I want you to specifically reflect on your own service that you offer. So just kind of take a deep breath and tune into your body. And I'd love for you to think about just that service that you're offering, just the service pillar, and think about a recent stress or even a recent desire in your service provision that comes to mind. And I'm curious, you're probably well aware of all the things you should be doing outwardly to make that situation better or to achieve that desire. But I want you today just to tune in to your own self. Like, what do you personally need to move through that challenge or to reach that goal? So have a thought there. What could you try to prioritize in terms of meeting your own needs or taking good care of yourself to navigate that situation? So I'll give you a sec to put down a thought. What's the one next step that you could take to take better care of yourself so that you're a better service provider? And if you're getting stuck, I was trying to think of my own examples. So like I've already said, I feel pretty confident about the coaching that I do. So what came to mind for me was that I just want to keep maintaining that that level of stability and wealth in my own self so that I can coach well. And also it's important for me to walk my talk so that, I'm not showing up like a fraud, so that I'm actually practicing what I'm recommending other people practice. So when I tune into that, essentially those are my next steps, is just to keep doing what I'm doing. So yours might be like that, or you might get a clear direction of something new to try. So just make a note of that while I get into talking about the next circle, which is the strategy. The business strategy is another plate, I guess, that you need to keep in the air when it comes to developing your business, keeping your business running and being successful. So again, like the previous example, there's the outward business strategy activities that we need to mind. So, in my case, I'm an online service provider. I work with my own business coach and follow, what she recommends as being a good way to be online and offer value and attract clients and so on and so forth. And again, for you, I would hope that you have a business strategy or an awareness that you need to look into that if you're a new business owner. And again, often the focus is on those outward activities that we're needing to do to have it all come together. But again, I ask you, well, how much are you taking care of yourself as the person delivering that business strategy or having it all come together? So as you can probably attest, owning a business can be emotional roller coaster at times. It's a huge personal development opportunity, and so there's always mindset issues to keep in check and work through. Different fears are triggered for us that we get to work through in order to achieve that success in business. So again, we'll slow it down here for you to tune into yourself and your own business strategy. So when you picture yourself there, you're at your desk or in your studio working on your business strategy. Again, what's a challenge that comes to mind or a desire? And rather than jumping to the what am I going to do to fix it, I'd love you to go inward and think, well, what are my needs? Like, what can I do for my own self and wellness that will help me navigate through that business strategy issue. Again, for my own example, I feel like definitely I have more challenges in the business strategy end than in the coaching and service end. So for me, it's that constant resistance and persistence that keep coming up, and all things to do with a healthy mindset. So if I think of my next step there, it would be, choosing a small action that helps me move through whatever my latest business strategy resistance might be. So what's it for you? Okay, now the third part, like I've pointed out already, is our self. And I feel that this is talked about, but it's not, I don't believe that I've ever encountered it discussed as a key pillar, but not just a key pillar, it's like the core of the whole business thing that makes everything else work. So just to give you some ideas, when I think about any business training I've done in strategy circle, definitely they talk about how the inner mindset is important for the whole thing to work, but all the focus and teachings are primarily on the strategy itself. Or if I think of the learnings, back in my coaching certification times, sure, they walk you through the coaching skills, doing the coaching work on one's own self, and they even get into the business strategy. But even then, it was more to get you started. There was no talk or information about how you keep all three of those plates in the air and working smoothly and feeling like there's some sort of business life balance or harmony. So again, the self piece is really the work that I'm doing, and it's not only the external activities that you can do for yourself, these are some of the more obvious, like taking care of your body and drinking water and those easier to think of wellness strategies, but it's also all of the inner strategies, so everything going on inside. So like we've been saying, the mindset work, the ability to be emotionally agile and just move through whatever comes towards you. These sorts of things. And not only is it the inward and the outward, but it also comes to play in terms of how are you being your healthiest self within your work day, so throughout the day while you're at work, but also how are you taking great care of yourself outside of your work day. And or it's not even I don't mean to suggest that it's that you're being unhealthy outside of the workday, but it could even be that you want to be more healthy or have even more fun and joy and freedom and all those great reasons you started your business in the first place. So just like the previous two examples, I would love for you to tune in to your CEO self and think about how well you're loving yourself up, whether that's through the external activities for your self-care, or if it's that inward work, or maybe you want to picture yourself how you're caring for you within your business day or outside of the work day. And I'd love for you to write down one tiny step, one little action that maybe you could try later today or tomorrow to prioritize your healthy self, I guess. Great. So as you can see, this was like a very general overview of my idea that there are 3 core pillars when it comes to building a successful business. And the key is to, at first have a little bit of harmony between those 3 areas. And ideally, which is what I'm always trying to work towards, is to really build that healthy self in the center, and then have all of your business activities, whether that be your strategy or your service, flow from that healthy you. And to me, that's really the definition of having a heart-centered business. It's you and your heart at the core, delivering in the best way that you know how. It's also the definition of being an aligned business owner. The idea is that you're aligning to your own self, your wellness, your needs, your values, and so on, and then delivering in your business accordingly. So I hope you've enjoyed my little explanation here, and now I'm glad that you'll be walking away with 3 wellness activities that you can try to enhance your own well-being in your business day, which over time is what does lead to business success. And I would love to hear, how does this go for you? If you give it a try, put it in the comments and let us all know what you tried and how it went. But also I'm working on a new masterclass where we're going to dive deeper into the how-tos of this. So if you have any questions, please leave those for me in the comments. And I will be talking about more of this throughout the month of February, so you can stay tuned for that. But meanwhile, I wish you a wonderful week of taking great care of you. Bye for now.